like your job?
Do I like my job? I do like my job. I'm very lucky to be able to get up in the morning and actually enjoy going to work. Even though sometimes it's really, really early, you have to be there sometimes at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're having some makeup done, or, you know, it's quite long days as well. You have to have a very understanding family who appreciate the fact that you are sometimes going to be away from home for long periods, or, you know, your days of work are very long, and always, things are always changing as well. You never know when you're going to be working, when you're not going to be working. But I really do like it. It's a pleasure to be able to do my work and then entertain people as well. So that's fantastic. What a great question. Thank you.
And question here from Basil.
Hello.
Hello.
Big fan.
Thank you very much.
I've got a question. I watched some behind the scenes stuff on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I know that your children were part of a scene that you were in at Gringotts.
Well.
And I just wanted to know, do they want to go into acting? And given the challenges that you face with acting, how do you feel about that if they do?
Okay. Yeah, firstly, Annabelle and Harrison, who are in the room here, were both goblins in Deathly Hallows Part 2. And if you watch the movie, and if you remember the film, as the establisher of Gringotts, the first time we go back into Gringotts again, you just see them walking across the shop with 2 carts full of gold. Very, very tiny goblins amongst the other goblins. They even look tiny. Harrison, he would have been about 6, I think, when we did that. And I remember goblins have quite large shoes on anyway. You know, the shoes that I wore made my feet bigger, and all the goblins. But poor Harrison, they hadn't made any shoes specifically for him. So he wore his trainers inside this pair of shoes that then stuck out like this. He had like flippers on. He had a rubber mask on he couldn't really see out of, and he was pulling a cart, and he did a few takes. It was fantastic, well done. And that day I wasn't in as Grip Hook, I was there as the invisible Grip Hook, so I didn't need to have all my makeup on, so I was kind of able to kind of coach Harrison. And he did a few takes, and he said, I'm hungry. I said, well, just do one more and then we'll get you some food. He said, no, I want food now. I said, well, can we just do one more? No, I want to eat. I said, he's got attitude already, it's his first movie. Where did he get that from? Anyway, I said, can Harrison just have a banana or something? And they were like, oh, okay, all right, we'll just hold for a minute. So they sat Harrison in the producer's chair. He's eating a banana. And I'm like, come on, Harrison, we've got to do something. But he was great. We managed to get the shots, and it was fantastic. As far as them following me into an acting career, well, I always thought Harrison would want to act, but Annabelle wouldn't, because she seemed to be sort of always away with the fairies when she was youngster, drawing pictures of princesses and stuff. And I thought she won't want to act necessarily, but Annabelle is in The Dumping Ground. Anyone seen The Dumping Ground on CBBC? It's a very popular drama series. She plays Sasha in that show, and she's been doing that for 3 years now. Really popular show and character. And Harrison, and Annabelle's also been in, what's she done now? 2 Star Wars movies as well. And of course, Jack the Giant Slayer and Harry Potter. And Harrison, he did Jack the Giant Slayer, but then after that he said he wants to be a YouTuber. So he has a YouTube channel. Now this is what I'm going to do. He was going to pay me to do this plug for him, because I said it's very expensive for me to plug you. I gave him a quote. He didn't want to pay that, so I'm going to do you a free plug here. His YouTube channel is Harrison X Gamer. Harrison X Gamer. And check him out, follow him if you will. He wants to get his followers up, and check out the videos. I've guested on a couple, Annabelle's guested on some. Otherwise he just does videos of games and stuff and what he's getting up to. So check that out on YouTube, Harrison X Gamer, and give him a like and a follow if you can. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for the question. Nice one. So where are you now?
I am here, still on the side.
Where are you still over there? Oh yeah, sorry, looking at the steward up there. Okay.
Question is Lee.
Hello.
Hello.
You've obviously proved that you can play several roles within one universe. Is there any chance you'll be in the newer Harry Potter films then?
I don't know, yeah. I mean, Fantastic Beasts is being made at the moment. But I noticed they went the way of CG with the Goblin, didn't they, in the last film. So whether there's space for me to do anything or not at this point, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, put it this way, it's fun to be an actor, to create these characters, to be asked to play a goblin and to be able to, study the book and think, well, how am I going to play this character? That's what I enjoy, that's what I get the kick out of. So yeah, be it in a low budget short film or a big budget film like Fantastic Beasts or Star Wars, it's the same principle, and it's something I really enjoy doing. Thank you.
Over here.
We're over this side now. Hello.
Hi, first of all I want to say I love you. I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
Thank you.
What was your favourite part of working on Harry Potter?
The favourite part for me, I don't know. It's the favourite part. Just I think getting to bring these books to the screen, books that were loved by millions of people, and being charged with that responsibility of saying, okay, we are now the embodiment of these characters for millions of people, and we have to put it up there on the screen. And it was a challenge and quite daunting, because it's like, I hope people like the way that this is happening, that I'm doing this. Professor Flitwick, in your minds, is probably quite different to the way that I played it, but I was trying to find what I thought was kind of somewhere in the kind of, in most people's consciousness of that character. And the same with Gripbook as well. I mean, I read the books, I looked at the script and thought, well, no, this guy, he's conniving, scheming, you shouldn't trust a goblin, it said, and he's only in it for himself. So that's kind of how you start to think in that way and inhabit these characters like that. But I just loved it, working with the cast, the crew. We were together working on those films for over 10 years, so it's quite a unique project in that respect. Normally a film is maybe a couple of years of your life working on that, if that. But yeah, everybody was on those films for a really long time. It was like nothing else that we've seen before. And you probably in my career I won't see another project quite like that. Thank you.
Question from Lady here.
Hello.
I'm just looking for the lady. But...
That's why you had your hand up. Very good. That's not my joke. Thank you. Well done.
We came to see you in See How You Run.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes, in Manchester.
The Opera House, yes.
We absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much.
So we did wonder if your production company were due to do any of
No
the
more.
theatre shows.
I will update you all if you don't know what that lady's talking about. I set up a theatre company called the Reduced Height Theatre Company some years ago to employ short actors, myself included, but also just to show off the talents of short actors. And I wanted to do a play, so we did See How They Run, which is a classic farce. And I toured the country with it. And Manchester Opera House was one of the venues we played in for a week. And thoroughly enjoyed the experience. It was very hard work. Promoting the show and being in the show and all of that stuff, but it was great fun. And I loved it. What we did, we reduced the scale of the set as well. So it was the set of the living room of the vicarage, complete with stairs and landing and all that. But we reduced the scale of it such that when you watch the show, the idea was that you would forget that we were short actors, and it was just about the performances of the play and having a good time. None of the comedy revolved around the fact that we were short or anything like that. It was purely that. And I think it was a very successful kind of concept, and it was interesting when I brought the director on stage for one of the shows. Everyone gasped when he came through the door. He's quite a portly man, but because he ducked and came through the door and everyone watched 2 hours of us on this stage, he looked like a giant. He was so peculiar. He looked like everyone was like, this massive bloke comes on stage. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And thank you to you for coming to see the show. And we may well do another project. It was something I self-financed, so it was a pretty risky thing to do. But fortunately, we still have a house, so that's okay. But yeah, it's not a kind of something I'm going to rush into, but something I may well revisit in the future. Absolutely. Thank you for that.
And we have a question from Elsa here.
Hello.
Hello there.
Which of the Harry Potter movies was your favourite to film?
I think probably Goblet of Fire was a lot of fun because I had lots of different stuff to do. My particular favourite moment was the stage sort of performance with the Weird Sisters, with Jarvis Cocker and co, and the Yule Ball sequence. That was a lot of fun. I did some stage diving, which I'd never done before, and that was just suggested as a joke to the director. I said, would it be funny if I just jumped off there into the crowd and surfed? And he said, oh yeah, hilarious. And then that was on a Friday evening, and on Monday he said, you know what you said the other day about the stage diving? I said, oh yeah. And he said, I've been thinking about that, I've done a bit of research. So what were you doing? Did you go to like a mosh pit over the weekend? This guy's in his 60s. And he said, no, we're gonna have you, we think it'd be fun if you got all carried away and just dove onto the crowd. And the stunt coordinator, he said, right, Warwick, we're going to do this. He said, don't worry, we've actually placed some of my stunt team in the crowd, okay? They'll be the ones sort of making sure you don't fall to the floor. I said, oh, thank you. So don't worry about things. So on action, I sort of took that leap of faith, as you do. If anyone's ever done that, for real, it is a leap of faith off the stage. I mean, we might do it in a minute, but this bloke's half asleep down there, so I'm not going to bother. So I dove off there, and I was, honestly, I was grabbed in places I didn't know I had places. You don't want to try this, seriously, it was pretty intense, and yeah, I was carried off across the crowd. And there's one point, I have these dentures in for Flitwick, these teeth that are like absolutely the most perfect, quite large teeth that you could ever imagine. And there's one point, I think, I must have been grabbed rather inappropriately, but you see the teeth kind of jump out of my mouth for a second. It's quite funny, so check that out on the DVD. Thank you for your question.
I have a question in the middle.
Who's that? Hello?
Hi there. I just wanted to ask, the series you did about job an actor and you had to be auditioned by Johnny Depp. How long did it take to film that scene?
Do you mean the bit with in Life's Too Short?
Yes.
Yes.
In the hotel room.
He brings me to his hotel room because he's doing research for an Rumpelstiltskin. And it was quite funny. It was really what a surreal, bizarre day, because Johnny is a quite an unusual person, and yeah, but he's got this aura around him. It's quite interesting. But initially we filmed a scene in Ricky and Stephen's office for that, which is quite strange as well, because Johnny would sometimes ad-lib and do strange things. He suddenly picked a banana out of the fruit bowl and threw it at Ricky during a take, and then flipped the fruit bowl and kicked things, and yeah, you never knew quite what he was going to do. But in that sequence you talk about, yeah, he gets me doing river dance to us when he's playing the flute. At one point he said, get on the bed, and then he sort of jumped on top of me, which was very strange. It was really weird. It was during a scene, it wasn't sort of private time. It was just a really sort of strange sort of experience, but it was kind of what we wanted for the show. It was really to kind of, I think he was caricaturing himself, you know. So all of the stars in Life's Too Short, we took what the public audience perceived them as being, we amplified that. So the scene with Liam Neeson, you know, you perceive Liam as this action hero. It's very serious. Everything he says is very straight. He delivers it, you know, and it's very stern. And then you have that character come in and want to do stand-up comedy, which immediately makes it funny, and it makes it so funny. When we were doing that scene with Liam, we couldn't get through it without either me or Stephen or Ricky laughing, or Liam, you know. And I think the most outtakes in the whole series are from that particular scene there, you know. It was brilliant. But all of the stars in the show were great sports and got into the spirit of the whole thing. Cool, thank you. Another one over here now we have.
From